is live, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Want to talk about some magic?
Nope.
Come on, let's talk about some magic. Wait. I'll stop the ocean.
Why do you do that?
Because we're going to talk about some magic. Sorry.
Okay, feedback. You want to feedback? You want to do feedback now?
No, let's start with this.
Okay, well, we'll start with that. Okay.
We end with the feedback. We start with the introduction. Who are we?
Hello! Welcome to Where the Magic Happens in association with the Tumbling Cube, tumblingcube.com.
And wherethemagichappens.org.
Yeah. Alright. Well, we're here to talk about magic in the magnificent city of Hong Kong, where it is all going down this week. Have you played some magic this week?
I have played some magic. In fact, I'm trying to get this image up.
Fucking, I did the correct pointing and everything. Look at that! Who's this guy?
It's me!
Wow.
Playing against Jeremy in last weekend's quarter
Hello, Jeremy.
finals of the PPDQ, and we are looking
Shake
in
his
opposite directions. Because we were shuffling each other's decks. Not because we hate each other,
No?
we were shuffling each other's decks.
Wow, a good shuffle.
He has a very cool playmat. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a double-sided Avacyn. So the other side has the red Avacyn on it.
It's a shame to do that because you're going to get it a little bit grubby on one side or the other, aren't you? But never mind. So, do you say grubby in the Netherlands?
No.
No, I suppose you wouldn't.
No.
Grubby. It means a little bit dirty. All right. So, but obviously the other side of this is very clear. What is this little thing you've got here? Is this your playmat?
Yeah, the little thing is my playmat. Next slide.
Alright.
So this is Gavin Koch, the last weekend's PPDQ.
I go in. You do a great job.
He did well. He beat me in the finals, and that is actually my box he's holding because he gets a ticket to the RPDQ.
I see.
He had an awesome almost mono green draft deck. He was the
Oh, you
only
made the
draft
final,
deck.
did you?
Yeah, I did.
No.
That's a humble brag. What did you do this weekend?
I played kitchen table.
Kitchen table magic.
You know what I did? I jammed all the famous vampires in one deck.
These three?
Yeah, these three
Olivia?
famous. Yeah, Olivia, Drana, Kalitas, and Yaheni.
Alright.
Four famous. Yeah, you don't even care, do you, people? But I'm going to tell you anyway. It's a lot of fun to play all the vampires, the vampire enabling discard bullshit, and keep going with the madness.
Yeah, we'll see you doing that on Wednesday night standard. Why don't
Yeah, I'd love to. And do you know what? Yeah. Is that what we're talking about right now?
What?
The week ahead? Yeah. All right. Fine. The week ahead is like this. Tonight was Monday. You can't play it anymore. It's
Tonight.
past. Tuesday is War Room Frontier. Now, if you have any concern about this format at all, and if you don't, you should go to the War Room, play Frontier.
It's fun.
It's
so fun.
Such fun. It's
It
such
is
ludicrous
such
fun.
fun.
If you haven't got a deck, borrow a deck, buy a deck. How much is a playable Frontier deck in this form? Some dollars.
100?
Some
100 in some currency. I don't know.
$7 I'm sure you can make a
You
good.
can get a
good.
Anyway, business.
Mm.
Tomorrow, Tuesday, War Room Frontier.
Yes, it's
and
also, let's not forget though, if you're a fan of Standard, you can go to
Battleground.
Battleground. Yes.
Then on Wednesday there's Frontier and Standard. You can
Frontier and
choose.
Standard, yes, and League Castle. And furthermore, that is a choice, but let's not forget the EDX brothers. Because every time we do this listing, we forget to mention, if you ever
EDH
enjoy
Brothers
it,
play at Battleground on Wednesdays.
at the Battleground on Wednesdays. So if you're an
True.
EDX brother, or you wish to become an EDX brother, you
Okay.
go to the Battleground.
Thursday, Basic Land, Standard. Weekend, Game Day. Standard.
He didn't mention Friday Night Magic, but whoever goes to that.
Every Friday.
Only the most popular
Same
Magic
thing
event
every
of the week.
Friday.
Fine, whatever. Okay, so Johnny.
Yeah, you can
Hi, Johnny.
play Standard on what do you? That's disgusting. Oh come on! Oh, he enjoys it. David, stop!
Okay, so what is going on? For game day.
So game day is always standard. Every
Okay.
shop does it. You can play standard. It's a new format right after the Pro Tour. You can win a playmat or a Jahanese expertise if you finish, I think, top 4 or top 2 or win it. I don't know. And just for showing up, you get the trophy mage.
Trophy Mage?
Sure, whatever you like. The trophy mage.
I want the Trophy Mage.
Well, you should play them and bring your vampires deck, because then you'll definitely win
Now, I want
the
it,
trophy
yes.
mage.
Now, I want it known. If you out there, if I see any of you out there at a game day, this is a fun event bring your children to it. Do fucking not bring Mardu vehicles. If I see one Mardu vehicles at a game day, you're in so much trouble, young man. Well,
His opinion. Bring Mardu vehicles because it's good to
no,
practice that deck.
fucking do not. Because you didn't think of Mardu
this
vehicles.
is a
You got it
difficult-
from the Pro Tour top 6.
This is how Magic works. You only play what you... No. Mardu vehicles is a good deck.
You do not take Mardu vehicles.
And it is
No.
important
Not
to...
to game day.
It's important to practice the deck in a casual environment that is game day. Another fun tournament where you can play Mardu vehicles if you want, but you can also play something else. It's all up to you. Is the Hong Kong Open
No,
Magic
Bring
Championship?
Mardu vehicles to this shit.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Bring it. It won't
Uh,
win because Amaket will be out and it will be full of 6/6s for 3.
It won't be. So.
Oh.
So because it's the first, this is the first and second, it's the first and second of April. So what is the Hong Kong Open Magic Championship again, David?
I don't know. Well, I do know. It's a giant event, gigantic event. It's got several 100,000 players, and Stuart organises it every year, every single year. So
No, I asked a question so you could say the catchphrase.
Oh,
There, the thing.
sorry. Let's try again.
So
The
what is the
Hong
Hong Kong Open Magic Championship, David?
Well, it's 2 days, 4 events, 1 champion. Who's
That's
the
it.
champion? Was there a champion last year?
Shrimp.
Shrimp.
And you can register with early bird discount until the 19th of February. That is less than 2 weeks, so you should go and do that.
That's great.
Um,
Any idea what Shrimp's full
you
name
can
is?
also
Okay.
you can also go to the website, find the fact sheet there and all other details,
Mhm.
which is www.wherethemagichappens.org. And I've had some questions about the team competition.
I'm being silly, but that's very important. Wherethemagichappens.org.
Go there, you find all these details there,
Mhm.
and also the fact sheet. And I want to explain the team competition works. You can register as a team with 3 other people, and there are prizes for the 2 best teams, the 2 best performing teams, so with the most points, and there's also a prize for the best dressed team. So that could be you if you come up with something funny, or just show up in a suit or a dress for everyone who's there.
I'm trying hard to feign enthusiasm here, but
You must be happy when people
I
play
don't-
in
no, I am.
proper
I
attire.
don't have 3 friends.
All right.
Does anyone have 3 friends?
You don't need to be in the team competition, but if you want to be, make some friends. Go out to the big Facebook, go out into the WhatsApp groups, say, I'm David, I don't have enough friends to play, but I'm very, very good.
I'll go well. Hi, I'm David.
I'll do really well. And if
Yeah.
you really need someone else, take a chance on me.
What, we can be in the same team?
No, I'm not playing. Anyway,
Alright.
if
I do
you-
have a question about the best dressed team though.
Sure.
So when you play in the week by week, weeknight thing, you can win buys, can't you? For
the top 10 of the weekday Magic ranking.
Yeah.
You can find that on wherethemagichappens.org as well.
Am I still in the top 10 then?
You're number 11 because I'm not playing. You're virtually number 10.
Oh, so I would get a buy. So can I ask, with respect to the best dressed team, do you get any sort of credit for that if you've been turning up to the weeknights, looking pretty
Properly dressed.
Yeah, properly dressed. Yeah, with a good collar,
Maybe.
lapels.
Well, I would suggest everyone to come to the weekday Magic events to come dressed properly, because there might be a chance that you get. No, there's no. Sorry.
But I think that's reasonable. I also don't
It
just
is.
me.
I
Alexander, I know. I don't know
Right.
if that's how you say his name, but the French Alex is he's very dapper when he turns up for a bit of match. And Kyle Ford, I think, is
Well, yeah. I've seen people in proper suits
I
coming
think
to
Alright, well, what do you think?
coming to.
If you've got any ideas about this, you write them in the comments below.
Feedback.
The thing. Now, wherever you're watching it doesn't matter where you're watching it. We'll watch it all. You can put it on the YouTube. You can put on the YouTube comments. You can put it on the Facebook page where you see this comments or whatever. We will see it.
An email to info.
Do you think
magichappens.org.
There should be credit given for basically playing Magic, looking pretty reasonable the whole year round, or is it just this one day? That's what you got to think about. All right, so
It's a weekend, not a day. So come both days, dress at your best, and win the best dressed team competition. The team score works like this. It is written right there. It's the sum of the best results per player. So if everyone in your team plays only on one day, we just sum up your match scores. If some of you play on 2 days, you can choose the best tournament and use that for your team score per player. So if you play both days and you go, 1 and 5 in standard, and you go 5 and 1 in modern, you will choose the modern score to count for your team score.
yeah, it wasn't exactly for last year, was it?
It wasn't. It is exactly for this year.
But you could have a team as big as you wanted last year.
Yeah.
So now
No,
this
not
year
really. It was
it's
3, 4, or 5. Now you need to find exactly 3 other people to form.
There's going to be friendships
So that is
broken.
a bit different.
Friendships will end over this tournament. Come on,
They
bring it
will.
on.
So this is a fun tournament. Last weekend there was also a little tournament. There was a pro tour, and it was won by a guy called Esper. That's
Esper!
his middle name, but
Hey,
his name
Esper.
is Lucas Esper Berto.
Did he play Esper?
No, it says it there. Look, there.
If you're going to give
Mario
yourself,
Vehicles.
if you're going to give yourself a brand new middle name, you think you'd take that down.
I'm not sure who gave him that middle name though. Like my friends called me Junt, but I always play Mono Blue. It's weird. Like they call me Short Junt Willems, but it's not. They should
They
change
really
it to-
did.
No. I'm making this up for the viewers.
That's
Have a
not
laugh.
that, yeah, nonsense.
Yeah, nonsense. So
They
he played
won't
this deck.
laugh.
Was a fun deck.
All right.
And what everyone thought was the Pro Tour full of Sahili twin combos. Didn't happen. There
I'm
was just
relieved.
these-
I am relieved to hear. Are you relieved to hear that there wasn't just cats everywhere?
Well, no. To be honest, I thought it would be really fun.
It'd be fun, right? To see it.
If this broken combo would really like ruin the format, and they would have the emergency ban again next
yeah,
week.
because it's alright.
I thought that would be
you
awesome.
just ban the cat. And
Ban
no
the
deal,
cat
right?
or ban the Sahili
No
or
big
whatever, or ban something.
deal. I don't think they'll even look bad.
have the
for
combo.
that.
It
It's
would
a
be
fun
fun.
time.
Yeah,
It's a fun
it'll
time
be a
thing.
fun time. Like it will be exciting. It was exciting. Like the Pro Tour matches where someone had the combo and off. It was an exciting thing to see. Like, oh, he draws it. He draws it. Will he cast? Will he go for it?
It's so
Will they
much
have the
fun.
fatal push? Or the bolt shot? whatever.
Tremendous fun.
Anyway.
But yeah,
Instead
you're
of
right.
that-
This nonsense here.
These
this
combinations
box-
of
this
cards.
box- this is
was
fine.
very
I don't. This is not something you worry about.
Yeah, but this is what was.
You're
the
gonna
whole-
fly it, and I
this
think
was
that-
almost the whole top 8. Was this? Was
yes,
this?
but I love this
combination
kind of
of
thing.
stuff.
This is colourless and black. It's exactly what I want to see. This kind of nonsense.
Is a bit broken. It is a little bit broken to have a 2/3 on turn 2, and that suddenly becomes a 4/5 and a 4/4 just on turn 3. That is a bit crazy. So but Modern Vehicles won in the hands of someone from someone from the joyful continent of South America.
Yeah.
This man here.
There he is.
The aforementioned Esper. Right. Definitely not new to the game, but new to the Pro Tour top 8. So
Yeah.
Good job
done,
on him.
Chief.
and if we want the next Pro Tour champion to be a Hong Konger, we should probably take a bit more care of our own new players.
New players. Yeah, it's like a Segway maestro, a Segway genius, a master, if you will.
Who is?
You.
Why?
for the way you brought us into this topic.
Oh, this little bridge.
Yeah, it
that's
was,
good.
it was absolutely tremendous.
Fun.
So, new players. All right, so this is a little bit of a. We're just trying a bit of an experiment here. You know, we're asking you. Now, 100 people. Did you know 100 humans watched the last video?
Yeah.
The last
Well,
video.
no,
we made.
I watched it like 45 times.
Yeah, I mean, 17 or 18. Yeah, so
It's like 30
something people.
So,
yeah, watched the last video.
Very good.
But we made an error. We didn't ask. We didn't call you to really say anything. So we now this is the real thing.
And this is a topic that is, you know,
It's hot. It's hot.
it's important. No,
Alright.
it's important, and it's near to our hearts. And we think we should take care of our new Magic players
Yes.
better, especially the ones
Mm.
because there's the new players that you know see Magic, they see EDH, they see that how much fun these guys have, and they join the EDH group, and then you know they're in good hands. Like the EDH group takes care of their own.
absolutely.
And if you're new, if you're a noob, they'll give you a deck, they'll help you through it, and it's fine. If you don't really know what's going on, it doesn't really matter. In real Magic,
Yeah.
in real one-on-one Magic, like even in a casual tournament like our weekday event, it matters.
Yeah, I think there's an inherent selfishness to the two-player Magic game, such that for example, if I saw a player on the chat saying, "Hey guys, does anybody want to have a game of Standard this evening?"
Because I'm new.
Well, not even because they're
Oh,
new.
even
Even anyone. I'm just gonna go like, yeah, I'm
Why?
probably not gonna leave the house to go meet like one guy who I don't know for a game of Standard, right?
Right.
I'm just not gonna do it.
No.
Because I'm gonna get there and he's. I mean, maybe we have the most tremendous game of Standard that there ever was, but the more likely, I don't know. Tournaments are small tournaments. You know, when we use the word tournament, it sounds very grand, but just small tournaments, 8 people, 10 people, whatever, is the way to play Standard. And just have lots of, a few different games going on. But anyway, the point being, if a guy goes, "Hey guys, I'm interested in a bit of Magic this evening. What can I do?" The EDH people can obviously just go, "Hey,
Yeah, join us.
come join us.
We're
Just
doing it
join
anyway.
in.
Yeah.
It's cool."
We're
So
here.
I'm interested in ideas as to how we, the two-player Magic enthusiasts, and that's not to say I don't like EDH because I do. But if you, but I do think some people, when they try and get into the game and they think about what the game is, they think of it as a two-player game. They think of it as what Louis Scott Vargas is playing, or as what Brad Kimball
they
plays.
might
or
want
as
to
what
get
all these
into
people
competitive Magic, but without,
Yeah.
being a competitive player just suddenly.
Yeah, and there's no stepping stone. There's no thing in place where you can borrow a deck, or be given some cards to just sort of, or even just get going.
Unless you, the community, or maybe the shops do
Yeah.
it. Like someone has to say, okay,
Yeah.
new player, I'll go through these steps. Nice to meet you. Here I'll give you a deck to try it with. Here are some friends to play with, and here is some stuff to read and view, and someone to teach you. You can't do that. Like no one goes like, well, you can't. It's hard to give someone all of these things.
Shops are shit. Every one of them shit at this, right?
I'm not sure.
He's in cahoots with all the shops,
I'm
but
not
I am
sure.
not.
I'm not
And I
sure.
can tell you that as for new players, every last Magic shop in Hong Kong is a shit pile. However, not for EDH, because the EDH boys, they've got a 3-player game going on. Never mind, just come in. You're the 4th player.
No.
You learn, and for me, that one aspect, that singular aspect of EDH is the most inclusive, warm, fabulous thing that I just wish it was a good game. Because I think
Because it's not a good game. Okay,
yeah,
fine.
it's not a good game.
Yeah.
Right, but I
Magic,
mean,
two-player Magic is awesome. Getting a new player to play good two-player Magic without him breaking the bank and without having to be friends with him suddenly.
Yeah.
Like how do we do this? How do we get these people to get a deck, to know where to play, to know what not to do, to know what to invest in, to
just
know
tell you
what
how
not
to
to invest
behave,
in.
how to be a good guy in that situation as well.
Also,
Yeah.
So
But if you
let us know.
If you are watching this and you're a bit new, but you've got a deck and you're trying to get things going on, you just want some help and advice, just please get in touch. And we will try and meet you early before a Wednesday night. Or we will try and meet you on a Sunday afternoon. Or we will literally, Kowloon area.
And do go to the
whatever.
shops, because there sometimes are people that will try to help you. It is like what
Oh,
makes
there's
it
people
harder.
in the shops.
What makes it
Of
harder is
course.
the language barrier there as well. Like
Yeah.
the people in the shops might not speak English well. The people from the shops might not speak English well, and they might not know where you should start either. So ask the people that know. Reach out to people in the chat. Reach out to us.
Yeah.
And we'll point you
No,
to
it's
the right
plain as
places.
day. There's always a few local kids playing kitchen table magic in the shops, and I think that is super top. And I wish we could get more of that going on in the English-speaking community. All right then. So
What else? That's it, right?
that's it. Apart from the feedback.
Feedback.
Back.
Hold on. We didn't ask for feedback last time, did we? Did we get it though?
We did ask for. So then we've got two phases of feedback. One is what the feedback we've been given already. Feedback. David Polly.
Right.
He says your faces are too big on the screen.
Oh.
Fuck.
Why would he say that?
Why would anyone say a thing like that?
I think our faces are fine.
Alright, fine. So that's that one dealt with. The next one is the podcast is too long. Now the one that he was responding to was 15, 16 minutes long. This one is it's 20 minutes now. So sorry, David. And the last piece of feedback David Polly gave us was that I shouldn't swear.
Wow. Oh, he said that?
Yeah, I did.
Shit. You can't. I don't think you can. Oh.
Fuck you, Polly. Alright.
There you go.
So, no, I want to point out David Polly's feedback was very valuable, and if you wanted feedback, you should feedback right now.
Yep. And
Feed it
next
all back.
time it'll be shorter. There'll be no swearing, and our faces will be.
Yeah, well, we won't pay
Tiny.
really any attention, but we
Tiny
will mention
little faces.
the fact that you fed back. Now, also at the start of our recording, we asked the magic community in its various forms to ask us some questions.
Oh, you
All right.
did. You did.
Yeah, I did. All right.
Did we get it?
So, this is a question for you.
Oh.
This is from Josh Magic. Josh Magic. Whoa.
Don't know who that is, but that's the posh guy from mid levels.
It's the
Brilliant.
it's the fancy pants from mid
Mid
levels.
levels.
All right. So he says, question.
Gonna be a hard one.
Lowercase q. Sorry though. Question: are there too many, too few, or just the right amount of frontier events in Hong Kong? Now, can I just point out what he means is the right number, if that's confusing for you.
Right. The right number of.
Yeah.
of
So, are there too
tournaments.
many, too few, or just the right number of frontier events in Hong Kong? What do you think?
I'm not sure. I heard that today's frontier event in Basic Land didn't fire,
It's fucking sad.
and Philip suggests maybe going back to Modern next week. I'm not sure. So there's Frontier on Monday, Basic Land. There's Frontier on Tuesday in the War Room, and there's every 2 weeks Frontier in Lee Castle.
Mm.
I think it might be too much. I think maybe it would be okay to go back to Modern on Monday for Basic Land. Not sure. You can also say
I think
might not be enough
that
players.
specific event I think has been interrupted by Chinese New Year.
Also true.
To
Yeah,
some
Mondays.
extent.
Um,
I think it could have fired tonight probably if.
But I think the real answer to Josh's question is there are not enough players yet. Because Frontier is a great format, and with enough players, there should be more events. I guess definitely not enough events in that way.
I mean, we
need
are
to-
absolutely clear, right? The
Frontier
Frontier
is
is just clearly excellent magic.
Sorry,
I mean, it's
but-
just a lot of fun. It's cheap to buy into. You can play lots of decks and have a lot of fun with it. It's
Yep.
ridiculous to think otherwise.
Good format.
But yeah, I guess the thing that he's coming from though is that obviously if there's too many events and not enough people, that's a shit show.
Yep.
And if there's only one event and too many people, that's
Yeah.
actually that's better.
Yeah, and that is
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that is
so-
not the case.
No.
The player base just needs to grow a bit, and if it reaches a certain amount of players, then
Yeah.
we
That's fine. Hanani decided to chip in and said just the right amount. So thanks, Hanani, for that. Much appreciated. All right, so the next question was from David Polly.
the same one from the.
The same guy who's got a lot of complaints. Yeah.
No.
He says no, but this is not a complaint. He says, can you tell me more about those handsome gents in the video in the vodcast, as he says?
Sure. Shall we do that next time to keep this one short?
Yeah, I know. We can't possibly meet both your expectations
No,
of these there, David.
he wants to have it
you want a shorter podcast, but also some
more
detail about us.
information.
So next time. All right. All right. Okay.
What else?
Yep. The other thing that we have to talk about, very simple, very straightforward. Victor, good old Victor, has asked us to talk about. I don't know how you say it. Nugent.
Yeah, this is that last name, that Vietnamese last name
Yeah.
that I never know how to pronounce.
All right. Well, I can tell you about what I think about this situation. It's not.
It's from the Pro Tour,
whatever.
right?
It's from the
This
Pro
is something
Tour.
happened at the Pro Tour.
So at the Pro Tour, a gentleman said this was all about the use of the word combat, specifically to mean I want to not only pass into my combat phase, but also go so far as to declare attackers. And he used that word whilst with the new 3/2 that gives a creature some buff
At the beginning of combat.
at beginning of combat in play, and
Is it
also
Weldcast
and
Monitor
also
or something?
Weldfast
Sergeant, Lieutenant, whatever, something.
Weldfast dude.
Yeah.
It's a human dude.
Yeah.
Artificer, right?
Black, red,
Yeah.
3/3.
But anyway, the point being, what he wanted to do was he wanted to get into combat before he gave that to his Heart of Kirin, which he wanted to crew in combat
Yeah,
before
with the
before
effect on the
attacks.
stack or
Yeah.
something.
Now this flatly cannot take place, and everybody agrees that. But there was some discussion as to whether or not the crewing of the vehicle could then take place, given that he had said combat, which apparently in sort of modern magic
Serious
terms
tournament magic.
means go to combat and bypass any shenanigans you might do before you declare attackers.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's how it is.
Yeah, and it is something that looks like it looks ugly. Like for the Pro Tour coverage, they weren't happy because this looks a bit ugly, and people might think like what is this rules lawyering? Because the guy who forgot to crew and
Yeah.
didn't place his trigger on the stack was a very nice guy, new to the pro scene, wore a very cool
Yeah.
hat.
Well, let's clarify.
Um,
He didn't forget to crew. What he did was say the word combat in a way
So he
that
didn't.
meant that he was no longer allowed to crew.
Yeah. So clearly he didn't know this thing that we'll tell you now, so that you won't ever make this
Do
mistake.
learn this. This kind of thing is annoying, but it is real.
And it can seem a bit like rules lawyering. I mean, there's reasons for this rule to be in place, so just bear with us. When you say combat
Mm.
and you sort of implicitly pass priority, it means that you pass priority through your whole beginning of combat step as well. It is a shortcut to go to attackers. Same
So
like
wait.
saying
Just
attackers.
clarify the clarification. You pass through the beginning of combat
Yeah.
step.
If you say
So there is a step that is after main phase
yeah,
and before you declare attacks.
right,
That's inside the combat thing
yeah,
that is called before. What's it called?
the beginning of combat step.
Beginning of combat step.
And the reason that step is there is so that the opposing player, so the non-active player, can do things where the active player is not able to, after you do those things, play sorcery speed things. So it is there to say we're now in combat. Then someone can do fast effects, and someone can go to attacks. And there's a shortcut that says, if you say, and this is it's written down in the tournament rules, if you say combat or go to combat or attacks, if your opponent then says sure, then that means you're in your declare attackers step. So the only thing you can do there is tap creatures or announce creatures as attackers and not tap them if they have vigilance, I guess. So, and even in like PPDQs, if you do this and you don't crew your vehicle yet, and your opponent says, sure, attack me, and you're like, okay, crew my vehicle, they can say, no, you can't, you said combat, and you pass priority, and then you'll say, well, that's annoying, that's not true, I'll call a judge, and the judge rule not in your favor, and it completely sucks But now you know.
All right. So what we have to do here is really clarify, because when I first saw this, I was absolutely dead set against this, and I wasn't set against the ruling specifically, but I was against the guy himself for trying to call this because ultimately what happened was the guy didn't get to crew his vehicle in a situation where he obviously would crew his vehicle.
Yeah,
So
his plan was this.
Yeah. So
to crew his Heart of Kiran, to give that +2/+0,
yeah.
and attack for 6.
Yes.
What he ended up doing was nothing.
Yes.
Because he
right.
had
and
good attacks.
Everybody knows that the combat, the thing from the Weldfast dude cannot happen if you do it that way. But the thing that was bothersome to me about it was that you know, in the spirit of the game, you would obviously you would be crewing that thing. But clearly to the rules situation, the rules are what the rules are, and we have to use them, right? So what I would like to know from you is, how do we handle this kind of thing in a casual context, or a semi-casual context like a Wednesday night?
Well, I think in a Wednesday night Magic tournament, if someone says go to combat and you say okay, and he says crew this, you would say I think I would explain the rule and then let him do it anyway, because you know this is what casual tournaments are for.
100%.
Because one, there's no judge to enforce the rule anyway.
Yeah.
So, and this is why you're playing casual tournaments, to learn these tournament rules, not to be screwed over by them and never come back.
I don't always agree with you.
Because you won't come back. If you're playing against a new player and you're telling the new player you can't do that, he might not even forget it because
he
of
might
the
stop
rage.
playing Magic. This is the thing that's really
He might stop
problematic.
playing
If you are a dick to somebody, or not a dick to someone, but if you lawyer someone out of a game, when it's Wednesday night standard or whatever, just don't lawyer them out of the game.
At stake. There's cookies at stake. There's cookies at stake.
Don't
be nice.
Fine. So be nice. So this is the important thing. If you know the rules and you know that your opponent didn't do the rules correctly, but what they meant to do could be done, let them, is my advice, let them do the thing, but also explain to them that the way that they should do the thing is a little bit different from what they thought it was.
Yeah.
So that they get the outcome that they wanted out of the game. They also learn something. You are playing a game that is a real game, because who wants to win a game where the opponent didn't fucking know the rules properly? You know, that's not a good way of winning. That's a shit way of winning.
This is different though from letting someone take back something that was clearly bad. Like sometimes someone does something that is really not good because he didn't realize that your creature was if you have a 4/4, if you have a 4/4, and you have an anthem on the board, like something that gives all your creatures +1/+1. And this is Wednesday night Magic, and you're playing for the cookies or you're playing for a win or whatever. And someone says, okay, 4 damage to your creature. I think then if you say, okay, well, it has 5 toughness because look, there's this thing here. Sorry. Taking that back is another discussion that we'll probably have another week.
Well, I think the gentlemanly, the person who should be gentlemanly or ladylike in this situation is the person who cast the spell that tried to kill the 4/4.
Right. Yeah. If you make the mistake,
if you make the mistake of trying to kill the 4/4 because it's really a 5/5, and like I would almost universally say to the opponent at that point,
take it back.
Oh, take it back. It's fine. You obviously didn't realize I had the answer.
If you're the guy making the mistake, don't ask for a take back, because
that
puts your opponent
in an awkward position. You cannot ask. And furthermore, if somebody offers you the take back and you think to yourself, did I just learn something valuable about Magic from this person?
Then don't take it.
Then don't take it back. Say, thank you. I appreciate that I just learned something.
My mistake.
I need to learn this. This is how we learn. And you'll hear me every fucking time I go and play Magic, giving back take backs to people who really wanted me to just play a better game. And I'll say, no, this is how we learn. This is how we get better. You have to do not take people's takebacks when they are.
Or do not ask for them. I think
absolutely
most
do not ask for them.
do not ask because it's awkward.
No.
and it's not good.
No, it's sad.
Uh,
So that's our thing for the week. Don't ask for takebacks. Last time it was don't say I'm not coming in the chat
and
chat.
take backs.
So we are actually massively opinionated, but at least we're united.
Um,
Right. Well,
35 minutes. Is
35 minutes
is that
of this
long enough?
shit. Is that something you want to hear?
This is horrible.
Let us know. Is it
Well-
too long? Is it too short? Is it too masterful? Is it too? Are we too handsome for you? Really? What? Are there any other problems like that? Feedback.
That's the word of the day. Feedback.
All right,
So-
bitches. So,
Shall we go back to the beach?
Shall we call you bitches? Oh, that's another
No,
fact.
that's
Oh,
mean. Let's
go,
go back to the
yeah,
beach.
go back to the beach. Shall we animate the beach?
Animate the beach.
All right,
Oh.
take it easy, guys. Hey, listen. Really importantly, make some magic happen.
Make some magic happen.
I'm sorry it was 35 minutes, Polly. All right.